Hello, and welcome to the Jack's Top 10. 2020 is a bad year for the industry. It certainly wasn't a boon year for the American movie industry, with theaters around the country closing indefinitely, and plenty of releasing big and small scurrying to the hopefully safer climates of 2021. But a slew of good stuff still made it onto screens in this thoroughly abnormal year, even as the lines between film and television grew even thinner. So we brought you the list of the top 10 movies of 2020. Without further ado, let's get straight into the topic. Number 10, Wolfwalkers.
The forest is brimming with real wolves.
This beguiling animated delight from Tom Moore and Ross Stewart tells the story of an English girl in the 17th century Ireland who longs to become a wolf hunter like her father, only to befriend a mysterious forest-dwelling punkette who carries the secret of the wolves within her very being. Wolfwalkers is brushed with the mystical spirit of a Kate Bush song, rendered in a dazzling mid-century modern design scheme. Its spell is irresistible.
Be a wolf!
Number 9, Bacurau.
Seguinte, vamos olhar aqui, ó. Nós temos que procurar Bacurau no mapa, né?
Kleber Mendonça Filho and Juliano Dornell's mesmerizing film broadcasts on a variety of frequencies. Bacurau, named for a fictional town in the Brazilian backlands, is a rollicking, violent adventure whose defiance of genre and narrative convention stands for a more general and more pointed form of defiance, against the arrogance of power, against the legacies of colonial cruelty and slavery that still afflict modern Brazil, against the authoritarian impulse to erase history, suppress joy, and ignore urgent messages from the future.
Por que vocês estão fazendo isso?
There's so much you can do with a knife.
Number 8, Nomadland. What's the meaning of home? Is it the dwelling we live in, or a spirit that dwells within us? That's the question Chloe Zhao explores in the radiant and perceptive Nomadland. Frances McDormand gives a sterling performance as a widow who sells off her house and takes to the road in a van kitted out with the essentials for living, picking up seasonal work where she can. Though she's on her own, she's never fully alone. The people she meets in her travels have their quirks, but it's compassion and generosity that guide and unite them. Number 7, Collective. This movie tells a story about a corrupt government's catastrophic response to a public health crisis and an investigation that uncovered a staggering failure in the state's duty of care. This gripping, at times shocking documentary tracks the aftermath of a catastrophic fire in Bucharest that killed scores of people, brought down the government, and inspired heroic journalism.
Ce vedem aici, de când am venit, tot ce e sub este puteți.
Number 6, Never, Rarely, Sometimes, Always.
Autumn?
Who came with you today?
My cousin.
Faced with an unintended pregnancy and a lack of local support, Autumn, played by Sydney Flanagan, and her cousin Skylar, Talia Ryder, embark across state lines to New York City on a fraught journey of friendship, bravery. Number 5, First Cow.
What's your name? King Lou. They call me Cookie.
A taciturn loner and skilled cook, John Magaro, has traveled west and joined a group of fur trappers in Oregon Territory, though he only finds connection with a Chinese immigrant, Orion Lee, also seeking his fortune. Soon, the two collaborate on a successful business, although its longevity is reliant upon the clandestine participation of a nearby wealthy landowner's prized milking cow.
Good Lord, give me another.
I'll give you 6 ingots for that last one.
I taste London in this cake.
Number 4, David Byrne's American Utopia.
What if we could eliminate everything from the stage except the stuff we care about the most?
David Byrne's American Utopia brings the critically acclaimed Broadway show to HBO in a one-of-a-kind film directed by Spike Lee. Recorded during its run at Broadway's Hudson Theater in New York City, David Byrne is joined by an ensemble of 11 musicians, singers, and dancers from around the globe, inviting audiences into a joyous dream world where human connection, self-evolution, and social justice are paramount. Number 3, The Trial of the Chicago 7.
We want to underscore again that we're coming to Chicago peacefully, but whether we're given permits or not, we're coming.
Aaron Sorkin details the half circus-like, half somber drama of an intense pocket of American history,
They're going to spend their 30s in a federal facility, real time.
during which a group of anti-war activists were tried for conspiring to incite violence at the 1968 Democratic National Convention. The result is a lively work attuned to civic responsibility and small democratic ideals, a movie as simultaneously entertaining and galvanizing as anything you'll see this year.
I'm concerned you have to think about it.
Give me a moment, would you, friend? I've never been on trial for my thoughts before.
Number 2, Lovers Rock. This is the shortest of the films in Steve McQueen's small acts anthology, but its hypnotic beauty is immeasurable. A single evening at a house party in 1980s West London sets the scene, developing intertwined relationships against a background of violence, romance, and music. It captures a universe of time in just 68 poetic minutes. Number 1, Hamilton.
Welcome to the show.
Overseen by Thomas Kail, who also directed the show on Broadway, this direct stage-to-screen version of Hamilton isn't a filmed adaptation, but a live capture, a dynamic record of the musical as it appeared in New York, featuring the original cast. The real life of one of America's foremost founding fathers and first Secretary of the Treasury, Alexander Hamilton. Filmed live on Broadway from the Richard Rodgers Theater with the original Broadway cast. So, which movie is your favorite from 2020? Be sure to comment below. Also, don't forget to subscribe for more great content from Jack's Top 10. See ya!